Welcome, everybody, to the July 10th PD Coordinators webinar. I hope your day has been wonderful so far. Um, we'll get started in just a few minutes, give people enough time to get in and get comfortable. Um, Remember about your control panel down on the bottom and if you're having issues with the volume, and make sure you're opening up the chat pod and the participant pod so that you can see who's in here and you can see what's been going on. Um, Even though we're not taking attendance, we do ask that you change your name to something we can recognize as you so that we know who was here. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. And our usual agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about the TCAL research and team, which is us. And then we get some updates from the DEPDC. We'll talk about the new trainings, conferences, and statewide events for the month. We'll go over the monthly webinar series announcements for this month and anything that's scheduled into the future. We got some testing updates. We'll have some announcements from the PD portal, and then my favorite time, and I hope it's yours, PD coordinator time. Beth, you start on this one.
All right. Thank you, Wayne. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I want to take this opportunity to welcome our newest team member. Catherine Netter is our new PD specialist. We are super excited to have Catherine on our team. She's new to adult education, but she brings a very impressive resume with lots of training experience and lots of experience in the criminal justice system. So, Catherine, you want to just unmute and say howdy?
Howdy, and thanks everyone. I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. Catherine does not have a caseload yet. She's getting her feet wet and attending lots of webinars and recordings and learning everything she can. So welcome, Catherine, to the team. Thanks, Wayne.
Okay, Glenda, you're up next.
Okay, this is just a heads up. TWC has contracted with the A&M's Public Policy Research Institute through TCAL, we're mediating it, to do a evaluation study of the last two grant cycles. So what that means for you is students, former students, staff, and former staff, and your stakeholders may be contacted to participate in a survey or in a focus group. And it's not spam scam, just letting you know, PPRI is a real thing, really here at A&M. So if you'd let your people know that if they receive that to respond to it, we would appreciate it. If you have any questions about that, please email me or just let me know.
Thanks, Glenda. And Ashley, we'll hear from the DEPDC from you.
Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. If you want to go to the next slide. Wanted to let everybody know that we are doing a summer webinar series, Mastering the Modes, which is a guide to remote and distance learning models. So this is doing a deeper dive into what each of these models is and finding out which one is best for your program. Everybody is invited. So tomorrow is our first one. That will be at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, you can sign up on the PD portal, and that one will be overview of all the distance education models. I will be presenting on that tomorrow. Then on July 17th, we will do remote teaching. The 24th, we will do hybrid learning. The 31st, we will do blended learning. And then we will pause until the end of August, and we will do flex learning and how to pick the right model for your program. So please sign up on the PD portal. You can go to the next slide. Oh, look, I couldn't remember if I put this on or not. Yes, so this gives you just a little bit more information on Mastering the Modes overview, which is tomorrow. So this is a 6-part series that's exploring the approved distance education models. This is going to be a very interactive session that will basically provide you with foundational understanding of each model's purpose, structure, and implementation considerations. We also have a tech intel coming up on Friday, July 18th that will feature the DEPDC team. So we are here for more than just your technical support needs. We are a call center, but we offer so much more. So please join us on the 18th. And we will then in August, we're excited to bring in Magic School AI. So there will be a 2-part series. I see a question coming in. Give me just 1 second. I'll look at that. So this will be a 2-part series. If you haven't checked out Magic School, it says Magic Student, but okay, I guess this one is on Magic Student. To use it for GED and ESL. So you will explore tools like personal feedback, chatbots aligned to AEL content standards, and digital escape rooms for engaging assessments. You're going to leave with hands-on strategies to enhance your adult ed classroom. So please encourage your teachers and your staff to join because Magic School is a ton of fun.
So did you want to answer that question now, Ashley, or you want to wait until we get to
Sure. Yeah, I can answer it. Will these webinars be available after the fact in a VOD? They will be on demand once we are transitioning to a new platform. So we are going to be transitioning to Canvas. But they are going to eventually be available on demand in our new learning management system. So it'll probably be a few months before they are, but yes, that's a lot of the reason we're doing this is to have these as a resource for all of you. Okay, yes, we also wanted to announce that DL Leads meetings are now not just open to all, but they are now available for PD credit. So these meetings are not just for distance learning. They're also about integrating digital skills into distance education and remote, and your everyday instruction, because what you can do with one, you can usually do with the other. So please register, have your teachers, whoever else wants to join us. We are welcoming everybody. These usually take place the first Tuesday of each month at 2:00 p.m. We are having our next session will be in August. I believe it's August 5th. There is a literacy Texas symposium, but we're still going to have it at 2:00. August 2nd. I keep saying August 5th. I don't know. I have that in my head. Sorry. August 2nd. It's right on the slide, not in my brain. Also, this is just a friendly reminder. Please invite us to present on distance education. Right now, we are only doing virtual options, but we are happy to join anything you want to include us on. So if you want us to give you an official session, we've got 1.5 hour, 3-hour sessions. We can join your staff meeting, whatever you'd like to do. If you feel like you have a need for your teachers and staff to be using the call center and you're having problems getting them to do that, or you're just having problems just letting them know what it is we do and that we are in fact a benefit to your staff, just let us know and we'll be happy to actually contact your PD specialist and we'll be happy to set up a session for you. I think that's it for me, right?
All right, thank you, Ashley. I only saw the one question come in, and we got that answered. So does anybody have a question about what we've covered so far? Okay, we'll move on to new training conferences and statewide events. So Paula? You might be muted, Paula.
Thank you, Wayne. We have the 2025 Literacy Texas Conference coming up, in just a few weeks. It's August 4th through 6th, Anybody is invited. You can register online. You can use that link. I'll put the link in the chat pod. If you're interested, it is in San Marcos. It's August 4th, 5th, and 6th. The 4th is just the evening. It's like a preview, and the sessions are actually scheduled the 5th and 6th. Some great PD will be offered there. And then they have the last online event, Best of Texas, and it's a look at the best practices and research that's done. It is an hour. It is all virtual. The link is on here, and I will put the link in the chat pod too if you're interested. This is totally free. All they ask is that you register, and you can register through the link that I'm putting up here. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Paula and Beth.
Thank you, Wayne. Just a reminder to hold the date September 2nd through the 5th for the TWC AEL Fall Institute. There is some discussion going on because of the funding questions. If this format might change, or we might put it off a little bit while we're waiting to see about the federal funding. But for now, it's still on the books. Registration will probably open in the next week or so if it moves forward as planned. I think I have one more. Yes, and applications are open for the next cohort of the Leadership Excellence Academy. The link is there on the side, and we'll get that put in the chat for you. So one thing to note for this year's cohort is that TCAL will reimburse travel expenses. So in light of funding questions, we will help out with the travel expenses. So if you have any questions about LEA, feel free to reach out to me directly. And then one last, just again, hold the date for the National COABE Conference, which will be in Indianapolis this year in April. And you have till July 31st to put in a proposal. So if you'd like a chance to present at a national conference, again, July 31 is the due date for proposals. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Beth. We got any questions on the national statewide? Paula put a lot of information there in the chat, some links and some dates and stuff, so feel free to capture those how you want to capture them. And we'll move on to the monthly webinar series. We'll start off with Manager Monday with Wendy.
Hi, everyone. So our next Manager Monday is this upcoming Monday, July 14th from noon to 1. And we are having the second session of the two-part series on change. So this month, we are going to be discussing implementing and communicating change. Our presenter is Dr. Derek Cruz. He is a professor at Texas Women's University, and he did an excellent job last month. And so I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say on implementing and communicating change. I'll just read the description really quickly. The session will explore 6 distinct change leadership styles, helping participants understand when and how to apply each effectively. Participants will learn how to develop a strong communication plan by selecting the right communication methods, crafting clear and compelling messages, and establishing a feedback and dialogue model that encourages engagement and trust. So please share this information with your staff members, and we hope to see you next Monday. And then Paula is going to put in the chat for me the remaining dates for Manager Monday through this calendar year, so you can go ahead and mark them on your calendar. And I think that is it for me, Wayne.
Thank you, Wendy. And did Krista make it in yet?
I am here,
Excellent.
and it's hot outside. Just so you know. All right. Next Teacher Tuesday is August 12th. And this is on navigating needs. These are 2 ladies from Kalamazoo, Michigan, that is going to come and talk to us. And just a description of the session is, the Needs Navigator is a scalable and responsive tool designed to transform how we assess and address the disparity between the skills currently in the workforce and those demanded by employers. This tool isn't just data-driven, it's human-centered, ensuring that learning is accessible, equitable, and adaptable. In this 1-hour workshop, we will introduce you to the Needs Navigator and show you how it can maximize the impact of your learning programs. And registration is available in the portal now. So we'll see you Tuesday, August 12th. And then our next Teacher Tuesday will be September 16th. Notice that it's a little bit of a date change from our normal second Tuesday. And that one is going to be on financial literacy. I just don't have a description for that one yet. And then you can see the rest of the dates for the year. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krista. Workforce Wednesday is, of course, you get to listen to me for a second. So we're doing a Workforce Wednesday called From Classroom to Career, Leveraging TWC's Digital Tools for Adult Learning Success. Jody Cobbler at BVCOG is going to talk about some of the resources that they use digitally to help their students navigate through career exploration and soft skills and all the other wonderful things that they've found that they can use digital tools for. And then our next Workforce Wednesday will be August 13th. I haven't totally nailed down what that's going to be yet, but stay tuned and I'm sure it'll be wonderful. And for the webinars, if you have an idea, we're always looking for good ideas and good presenters. So if you have a good idea that you think would be good for a Manager Monday, Teacher Tuesday, Tech and Tell, or Workforce Wednesday, go ahead and send an email to the folks that are listed there. If you want to be a presenter and you think you got one, you can let us know as well. And we'd be happy to considering having you as a guest. Any questions about the monthlies? You can always add your questions later if you think of them. We'll go ahead and move on to the test announcements. And I believe, Paula, you're back up.
Yes, I'm going to fill in for Dr. Olga Escamilla at this time. We're going to share with you the Trainer of Trainer, or you hear us call them TOT events. We are planning our fall 2025 TOTs. I've got dates and we're coordinating them with our trainers. So we would like for you to look through. We'll send you listservs and we'll also announce it in our PD coordinator webinar, the dates that we've selected and for which TOT would be there. The main reason is we have to have at least 5 participants to have a TOT, Training of Trainers. So it's a really good idea to get on board when we're offering it. We will, again, put them on our listservs and have them in the PD Coordinator webinar. So just be on the lookout for those dates, please. Then this is a very good site. I'll put this in here. The link I just put in the chat pod, but we have a lot of questions come to us and we love to answer your questions, but a lot of times you can find them on the approved TWC test trainings. If you scan that, it'll go directly to that site, or if you use the link that I just put in, you can go to that site. It's a proliferary of information. It's something you might want to bookmark, actually. And then here is our emails. And I've got those now in the chat pod. If you do have any questions, feel free to email Dr. Olga Escamilla or myself, Paula Bauer. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. You didn't have a lot of information, so I'm not thinking there'll be some questions. Oh, we did get a question in there. Will the TOTs be virtual?
You know, when we're first going to schedule them, and then we'll probably consider that. definitely, if you have a preference on which one, would you please email me or Dr. Olga Escamilla, because we really want to make sure you get this information so that you can have someone in your corner that can train others.
Thank you, Paula. And we're going to move over to the PD announcements, and I believe G is going to speak for them.
Yes, thank you, Wayne. Hello, everyone. This is Manikanta Ramakrishna Gautam Vempati, also known as G. Today, I have few updates to share with you all from PD Portal. Going with the first one, we have 2 new courses now available on the PD Portal. Texas Style Tape and Class E Remote Test Administration Training. This course is for currently trained TABE and Class E test administrators who are already familiar with using TABE online. It focuses on how to remotely proctor TABE and Class E tests using web conferencing tools. If you are new to TABE online, we recommend reviewing the free training modules on the TABE portal first. Please note this course can be requested and completed once per program year. And the second course, Tech and Tell, Maximizing Collaboration and Engagement with Google Forms and Docs. This course shows how to use Google Forms and Docs to boost engagement and collaboration in the classroom or during the team meetings. You will learn how to collect feedback, support brainstorming, and even improve student writing using tools like Google Voice Typing. It's a great starting point if you are new to Google Workplace tools. Moving to the next slide. Don't forget to visit tcall.tamu.edu/pd-portal for how-to videos and step-by-step instructions. This is a great resource for new users or anyone who needs a quick refresher. If you still have a question, please feel free to email us at pdportal@tamu.edu. Moving to the next slide. If you need help outside the regular hours, the Distance Education Call Center is available to assist. They open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, G. I'm not seeing any questions for the PD portal updates. So we'll go on to Krista with PD coordinator
Right, I
time.
am back. Go ahead to the next slide. And this is just a reminder. I know everybody on the call probably knows this, that Teams entries, everything is due by July 15th. And make sure that you pull the PD portal transcript because the PD portal and Teams does not talk to each other. So to make sure that you're entering everything that your staff has accomplished throughout the year. Make sure that you look at it with that against that PD portal transcript. And next is our PD recommendations. I know this team has gotten all of them to me, so I know they are talking with the programs and getting those PD recommendations to you. The plan is due August 15th to TWC, so make sure you're using your PD specialist for assistance to build that PD plan. All right. And then I am going to turn it over to Glenda, who's going to talk about our next exciting announcement.
Okay, so everybody, the PD portal is currently on Cornerstone On Demand, which is designed as a talent management platform for big businesses. And it doesn't always work the way that we want it to work. So TWC has allowed us to change over to Canvas when the Cornerstone On Demand license is coming to an end. What that means is we are going to try and have at least some of the courses, the core courses that people take every year, up in the new system by September 1st, and then it's going to take us a while, but we will be moving all of the new content over as we can. It will be available to you at the program level on September 1st, all things going well. If you've learned anything about the RISE project, that is not necessarily how things work out. But the plan is to have it available to you on September 1st, which means that you'll need to get your transcript reports. If you haven't already done your 24-25 transcript reports, you need to make sure those are done before you close down your year. And some of you are still fond of the actual certificates on individual people's transcripts. If you want an actual certificate, you'll need to pull those certificates. So what's going to need to happen is when we make that transfer, of course, any PD done in the PD portal between July 1 and August 31st, we're also going to have a report. G's working on creating those for you now that will let you pull all the PD that's done in those 2 months so that you'll have a record of those. But again, if you want the certificates, you will need to pull those certificates down or have your folks pull those certificates down. We won't have access to certificates. Now, if you, for some reason, something happens to your report, we do have a little wiggle room on the back end to pull those reports if we have to, but we're going to try and help everybody move all the way through that as we transition over. How many of you guys have used Canvas? Can you like put in chat or raise your hand if you've had any experience with Canvas? I know some of the colleges use it. I'm not seeing any hands. This is scary. Okay.
I guess it will be an adventure for us all.
It'll be an adventure, but it is much easier to use because it's basically just a click next, clicks next to work through your programs. The reporting is a little bit easier, but G and I are working with Yoli and the Canvas team and the rest of the PD portal team to get all that stuff set up. Then on July 29th, we're going to have basically an informational webinar, which is just the overview of how it's going to work. And then we will have several other trainings. It is super easy, Eduardo, so don't be stressed about it. Super easy. I first became accustomed to it when A&M switched from Blackboard to Canvas, and I was never so grateful for a change in my life because it was so much easier. So it's going to be, of course, another change going on for us, but it will be a better resource for you guys in the long run as far as courses and the kinds of courses and PD we're going to be able to offer. So do you guys have any questions about that change that I may or may not be able to answer right now?
So Jennifer Shepard had a question in the chat. She wants to know if the accounts will be transferred over or we'll have to recreate staff accounts.
So one of the things that we think is going to happen is because of the changes with 243 and other funding changes, we're going to need to do an active user audit. If we are able to upload users, we will send them out their accounts. If we are not, they're going to have to recreate their accounts. So that will be to be determined depending on what the active user audit looks like. Any other? That's a great question, Jennifer. We've been thinking about that one a lot. We've been thinking about a lot of things a lot for this. This is a big project. So any other questions?
I'm not seeing any more in the chat, Glenda.
Okay. Well, just hang on. If you do think of anything, just let me know. Email us at pdportal@tamu.edu and we'll try to get some answers for you, or we'll tell you, we don't know yet, but we will let you know.
And it's back to you, Krista, for the closeout.
All right, thank you. I know there's a lot of I don't knows going on right now, so hang in there with us. So our next PD coordinator webinar is August 14th. And so just put that in your calendar and we will see you then. And that is all I've got, Wayne.
Okay, thank you, Krista. And remember, we say it 3 or 4 times during this thing, but the tech support is available through the Texas Distance Learning Ed Help Center 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. most holidays. You can use it for your staff and your students can use it. If you're not sure how it can be used or should be used, you can always request a training that'll explain all that stuff to you. You can see the website and the phone number there, and I believe that Paula has put them in the chat pod again for you. So this is your guys' last chance to ask a question for this PD Coordinators webinar. And I'm not seeing any. So thank you for joining us today, and we will see you on August 14th. Have a good day.